Commissioner Dana Goldman from the City of Sunny Isles Beach. Welcome to the next in our series of Sustainable Living, Environmentalism for the Generations. And we are so pleased to have our very esteemed guest presenter, Dr. Rachel Silverstein of the Miami Waterkeeper. Boy,
I could change it to Waterstein.
Waterstein. So there you go. It was subliminal thinking on my part, huh? So the mission and the mandate. This is my other generation. Our
hello.
Is say hello.
Hi.
This is a doctor. This is a real doctor, a PhD doctor.
Fish doctor.
Yes, the fish doctor. Yes. Can we? We're live. You're right. But
Remember from
yes.
From the shark thing.
Okay, Julie. Okay, you coming in for a minute? Okay. So the mission here is ensuring swimmable, drinkable, fishable water in South Florida for all. So, Dr. Silverstein, you're a bit of a celebrity, as you know, especially now, because in the last week, your face has been dominating the airwaves and dominating the headlines because of this crisis that our Biscayne Bay is in. And I just want to introduce you as is described in your bio. Your full-time Miami Waterkeeper is part investigator, scientist, educator, and legal advocate, functioning as a public spokesperson for our bay, protecting your right to clean water and empowering you to defend your waterways too. So of course, this is very timely because we have seen the very horrifying images of the killed fish, the dead fish that have been in the news. And it was right in our neck of the woods in Biscayne Bay. So now I'm gonna leave it to you to tell us really what happened, what triggered the fish kill, and what is fish kill for that matter.
Yeah, so we're in the middle of what appears to be an unprecedented event in Biscayne Bay, where we saw literally overnight tens of thousands of fish and other species of marine life suffocate essentially in Biscayne Bay. There was a small fish kill last summer around this time, but it wasn't very widespread and it didn't last very long. And none of the fish biologists that I've spoken to have worked on Biscayne Bay issues for decades have ever seen anything like this. So essentially what happened was last Monday morning, our Miami Waterkeeper teams were out doing our routine water monitoring that we do once a week to look for bacteria levels. And we noticed a couple dozen dead fish in the area. And then really quickly after that, we started getting citizen reports particularly from swimmers near Morningside Park where this was observed, reporting thousands of dead fish in the area. And then Miami-Dade County saw the same thing on their boat. And then we started to slowly realize this is a major event that's not just localized around Morningside Park, but it's actually spread over a lot of northern Biscayne Bay. And it wasn't just Monday morning, it was actually still occurring for several days and is still on a smaller scale ongoing right now as well. And it seems to have drifted over towards Miami shores and Miami Beach even. We're getting now reports of fish struggling to survive. So essentially, what we came to realize was that this was likely not due to somebody dumping or a single localized pollution event, but it was in fact due to a widespread and long-lasting pollution buildup in Biscayne Bay from sewage leaks, from septic tanks, from stormwater runoff, and from overuse of fertilizer. And all of those things add bacteria to the water, and they are full of nutrients, which are things like nitrogen and phosphorus that are typically in fertilizers. And that fertilizer is causing the algae to overgrow in the bay and causing what we call algae blooms. So the bacteria and the algae together start using up a lot of the oxygen that's available in the water for fish. And then overnight, the oxygen levels go very low. And when you have hot weather, this gets even worse. And what happens is that the oxygen levels go so low in the water, and there's so many things breathing and not enough things making oxygen, that the fish and the wildlife literally suffocate overnight in mass, like we saw. Mm-hmm. And this is a really well documented phenomenon in bays, or what we call estuaries, which are places where freshwater and saltwater mix, all over Florida, indeed all over the world. We know that this is how bays die. They get too much pollution in them, and then they lose the seagrass, which we have started losing a few years ago, and now, of course, we're losing the fish. So this is a pattern that scientists have documented around the world. We just haven't seen it in Biscayne Bay, so it's devastating to see it here. And we know how to fix it. It's just that the fixes are difficult. But we have had an overwhelming response from the public. It's been fantastic. That's been like the silver lining of the whole thing. People are getting really mobilized and engaged about the bay. We've had hundreds of people sign up to join our rapid response team. We've had hundreds of reports of fish kills, reports of fish still struggling to breathe, which have been really helpful for us to get needed resources out to the places where this event is still ongoing. And we've been coordinating with scientists to get the data about what's happening and where, and try to pinpoint an exact time and place where this started and what caused this crossing over of the tipping point from a bay that supports life to a bay that can't support life anymore like we did. So we've been coordinating with scientists, with the media, with the public, with government agencies,